What is up, everyone? It's your boy Infrared. Welcome to the Scout Report, as today I bring you an anime review of Joker Game, Episode 1. I have been waiting for this series. Man, this series is phenomenal. This anime season in general, the spring anime season, just been straight fire. Almost everything I've seen has just been great. I think this year is going to be great for anime in general, and this show is no exception. It's done by Production IG first and foremost, so this type of series, which is highly psychological, it's an espionage series. Production IG, this is their thing. They've brought us Psycho-Pass, they brought us Ghost in the Shell, they gave us Blood, the last vampire in the movie. You know, they gave us Kuroko. Everything that Production IG does just gets knocked out the park, but they really do specialize in the psychological and kind of like the cop spy, not necessarily spy, but more of the cop type of thing. And this is good for the genre, and it's good for anime as well, because I think the last spy anime we had was Go-Go 13? Like 2008? So this is definitely up there. I mean, I've said it over the weekend. I already knew Boku no Hero was going to be great. I knew JoJo was going to be great. Re:Zero took me by surprise, and I still think that has the potential to be the anime of the year. I think Joker Game personally is going to be my favorite, though. It's probably number 2 because I'm not putting anything over Boku no Hero. I have that much faith in it because I know what's coming. Personal enjoyment wise, Joker Game is going to be up there, and it's definitely going to be a sleeper. It's going either you're going to like it or you're not. It all depends on if you like this type of genre, which again is highly psychological. It's a spy series. I love spies. I love conspiracies. I love espionage. And if that's your thing, then this is definitely going to be for you. The thing is, it has a lot of info dumping in it. It's a very dialogue heavy series, and everything that's mentioned is going to matter. Just like Psycho-Pass, it might be one of those series. I know I had to watch it twice just to get everything so I can give you guys the best review possible. Like I used to have to watch Psycho-Pass more than once to get everything that was going on. It wasn't until the dub came out that I could, comfortably watch it. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I'm just saying if you're just trying to lay back and kick your feet up, this isn't going to be the series for you because there's so much things that you have to pay attention to. But it is phenomenal. The opening, oh my god, this is definitely going to be the opening of the season, and that's a hands down. The opening hits just the right tones. It feels like it's a James Bond theme almost. It has that perfect feel for this seinen, this dark espionage tone. I mean, it just hits all the right notes. The ending is good as well. The music in the series fits the time, and it's a really period heavy season. I mean, it takes place in like around 1937. It's right on the cusp of World War II. So you can really feel the tension that Japan is going through with the other nations right now in this series as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get on to the breakdown. Again, as I mentioned, this series takes place in 1937, so it's right on the cusp of World War II. Our episode starts off with an American citizen being faced down by the Japanese government, and we get a little bit of English as he's going, "What are you doing? You can't treat me like this." He's upset because the government or the military guys want to search his house for something. And in the midst of him ranting about this, one of the soldiers comes up to him and says, "If we don't find anything, then my lieutenant will commit Karakiri. And basically what that means is if my lieutenant doesn't find anything, he's going to kill himself." So that's how confident they are that they're going to find something. After that is revealed, it goes right into that beautiful opening, and you can just sit back and just relax for a minute. Then we're taken right back into the story. It flashes back to how we got to where we are. Now, our main character in this series, his name is Sakuma, and he is a member of the Japanese government, and he's real justice heavy. He's the type of person, think of him as like a Captain America type person. He's a person that put his life on the line, type of person that sacrifice himself to do anything for his government. He meets up with Lieutenant Colonel Yuki, who is the head of an agency called the D Agency, which consists of 8 spies. And the contrast that we're going to face in this series is, again, just like I mentioned, Sakuma is very justice oriented. You know, he wants to do everything by the book, but you're being dropped into the world of spies who living by any means necessary, doing what they have to do to make sure that they get the job done. Deception, you know, backstabbing, killing if they have to. That's the type of world that they live in. And Sakuma is tasked by the government to pretty much monitor the D agency, as they've been hired to track a man by the name of John Gordon. I'm sorry. See, I'm getting so with the spy espionage that I was thinking Alex Cross, but you know, they're being tasked with shaking down a man by the name of John Gordon, who is suspected to be a spy. So that kind of forced a bit to why they were at this man's house in the beginning. But the majority of the episode takes place with us getting a little bit of characterization for Sakuma, knowing what he's about, and his hate for spies, because the way that the spies operate themselves, he sees it as cowardly. He hates everything that they stand for. And we find this out in the main point of the episode and the name drop, the Joker game. See, the spies offer Sakuma to come with them and, you know, go out and hang out. And he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't like spies. He sees spies as cowards. He sees, you know, not putting your life on the line and being sneaky as a cowardly way of doing things. And that's what spies are all about. We also find out during this game that the 8 spies that are hired by Colonel Yuki, they're regular people. They were people who were just regular college graduates, held regular jobs, but he took these 8 spies on, well, they're now spies. He took these 8 people on and trained them under his wing to be what they are now. And at this setting, they're playing poker and they're pretty much wrecking Sakuma right now. I mean, I'm not a poker player, but I do know there's things such as, you know, tails, and you can read people and you can read their eyes. You can tell if they're bluffing, or you might not be able to tell if they're faking. And they're pretty much mopping this guy up every time that they play. So he finally gives up and leaves his desk and says, you know, I'm done. You know, sometimes it's just not your night. But on his way to leaving, one of the spies leans over and tells him, like, you know, you didn't lose. You lost because we were cheating. We're not playing poker. We're playing Joker game. And what Joker game is, basically, is everybody around the table are giving off either a fake, they're giving off a bluff, they're giving off something. And the main goal is to conspire with everybody else around them in order to draw out the Joker or the person that they don't want. The main point of it is to get everybody around on their side to conspire against somebody else to gain more power. And by weeding him out to get him to give up was pretty much them winning. Of course, he's naturally upset with this. Once again, he's going in like, you spies are dirty. You're useless. I hate the way you go about things. He's like, you guys aren't even noble. I mean, someone who works for the government should be noble and do everything that they can to hold up a good name and a good image. At this point, this is when Colonel Yuki comes in to pretty much ask what's going on, and it's explained to him that Sakuma is just mad about how we play Joker game. He didn't get it, so he's upset. And he's kind of pulled to the side by Colonel Yuki, and he's told that this is how spies work. This is how government works. When you're a spy, you're sent across the country, your cover can't be blown. You must stay covert. You gotta do what you have to do. If you're backed in the corner, what would you do? And Sakuma answers that if I was cover was blown, if I was trapped, then I would kill myself, or I would try to kill everybody around. And this just erupts laughter with all the rest of the spies around, because you gotta think about it. That is kind of stupid in a sense, because, and this is also explained by Colonel Yuki, like, if you're on a mission and you kill yourself, that's going to get investigated and your cover is going to be blown. If you try to kill everybody around, you better be damn good on it. You better be on some Metal Gear Solid Snake shit to be able to get out of that. And you're going to cause so much of a ruckus then, it's still going to blow the cover and draw attention to yourself. And what's the reward out of that? Sakuma tries to save face by saying, you know, by me doing that, I'll see my comrades on the other side, which once again erupts laughter, because they're like, if you're dead, no one's going to care if you're dead. And no one knows for sure that these accolades that you're talking about is going to happen to you in the afterlife. And one of the agents that we learn, his name is Mayoshi, he says that, you know, with enough faith, people will worship a sardine head. And again, this pisses off Sakuma because he just can't believe how these guys live their lives. But when you're a spy, this is the type of thing that you have to do. And I worry if that's going to get him in trouble at some point. you kind of need him to think like that in this sense, because you need somebody to keep that light, keep that justice. But it's a place and time for everything, and that type of thinking is going to get him in big trouble, or somebody else in this series, because the main point of what they're trying to do is to find a cipher, a government document that has some type of importance to winning this war. I'm assuming. We haven't gotten to it yet because it's the first episode. But the way that Sukuma's thinking, entrenched in this dark and mysterious world, he's not going to make it. He's going to have to harden up or something. I hope he doesn't become one of those characters to try to push these ideals the entire series. I hope at some point he wisens up a little bit and just try to consent. And that's kind of what they say to him as well, that when you're a spy, and what if Japan loses this war, we're just going to have to consent to whoever takes us over. We just go with the flow. So that leads us on to our mission. Yuki assigns Mayoshi with Sakuma to go investigate John Gordon. They go to his house, and everything goes back to full circle to where we got to at the beginning of the episode, where they want to search his house for evidence. And while this is going on, he allows them to search the house because they said if we don't find anything, our lieutenant will kill himself. So the soldiers go in, they start searching the house and everything, and John gets upset. He says, you know what, I'm sick of this. This is the second time that people have been out here. And it puts everything into a standstill at this point, because if someone's already been out there looking, they're not going to find anything, or he wouldn't even be there. So this puts Sakuma into a corner now, and he kind of thinks, and he flashes back to when he was talking to his commanding officer, and he finds out that this has all been a ploy to take down the D agency. It's been more of a setup along the way, and it's a nice callback to the Joker game, because everybody around knows what's going on, it seems, except Sakuma, or at least everybody around him, as far as Gordon, as far as the government. The people that are there with him may be unaware because they came out and they didn't find anything, but now he's faced in the corner because they didn't find anything. So what is he going to do? Is he going to kill himself like he promised, or is he going to try to fight his way out? And at this point, he's the Joker once again, because you got to think about it. When you're dealing with a spy, they don't want to blow their cover. Mayoshi, he may decide just to go on the side of John Gordon to, keep his cover intact. So he's like, he's going to kill himself, and I'm just going to side with this guy and let him do it. He's not down with us anyway. I mean, the possibilities in this series is just up the roof, and that's another thing that I'm looking forward to finding. I mean, when we get to that one spy that's in so deep that he just refuses to blow his cover, and a choice is going to have to be made. Because something that they mentioned about these spies, and they were trained by Yuki, each one of them have to have their own specialization. I'm sure it's going to be something that set each one of them apart. But also, they don't know who each other are. I mean, they have names, but they don't know the backstories of each other. They don't know each other's real names, because their job is pretty much to get assigned a mission, do the mission, and come back to Japan and support it. So that's how we're left off. We're left off now with Sakuma faced with the decision to kill himself. And how is he going to get out of it? Is Mayoshi going to help him? Holler at me in the comments, let me know what you think. If you haven't checked out this series, definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. If you like Psycho-Pass, if you like Ghost in the Shell, if you like Go-Go 13, this is going to be up your alley. If you want a mature anime that doesn't have to deal with a kid being in high school, this is your series that you need to be watching. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's going to be 12 episodes, and I'm sure it's going to be one hell of a ride. That opening alone is worth watching it for. That opening is just so beautiful. I can't wait to download it. So yes, definitely let me know in the comments what you think. If you like anything that I had to say in this video, go ahead and drop it a like. Of course, if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. I'll really appreciate it. That's all I have for the Scout Report today. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that. So thank you for coming by. Stay tuned, as tomorrow I will be bringing you a review of Bunko Stray Dogs. Followed by Thursday, I'll be bringing you a review of Cabaneri. And Friday, we're right back to that JoJo greatness, so it's only going to be a roller coaster from here. So from your boy Infrared, thanks for watching the Scott Report. See you soon.